Okay, hi guys and welcome to a new episode. It's been quite a while since my last art knife review, so I'm really happy to present you this beautiful knife today made by Marcello Garau. He's an Italian knife maker, more precisely he's a Sardinian knife maker. So he comes from Sardinia, which is an Italian island, just on the west of Italy, just under Corsica, for the ones who know. And yeah, Sardinia has a great tradition about knives, a really strong tradition, and they usually make knives made from buffalo horn or sheep horn, and they have very traditional shapes. Marcello actually started his career in agronomy, but he finally chose knives, and that's probably because of his origins. And basically he's a self-taught maker, because he didn't know any knife makers at the time, so he learned mainly in books. So it's pretty amazing he came to that kind of result, just learning by himself. He is absolutely fascinated by the ancient technique of making Damascus. But on the other side, he's also very sensitive to innovations. So he does forge his own Damascus, but there aren't any in this particular knife. All the steel is stainless steel, except for that part. But yeah, no Damascus there. This can maybe look like Damascus, but it's not. It's Meteorite. Yeah. But we'll have a closer look at it in a few minutes. The first thing you notice, if you know Sardinian knives, is that it has, you can really recognize this Sardinian influence. It is very modern, which I really like, and still has this kind of Sardinian traditional shape, especially with that part that really makes me think of a patada knife. Just type patada in Google and you'll see what I mean. So you get this kind of Sardinian traditional shape, but at the same time very modern, with this kind of 3D effect work there, and a crazy Gibeon meteorite inlay. Now, Gibeon meteorite is a meteorite that fell in prehistoric times in Namibia, and it's named after the nearest town, which is Gibeon. And it's actually a meteorite that did weigh about 26 tons originally, but of course when it came to Earth, it was completely dislocated in thousands of pieces. And you can recognize that it's from the Gibeon meteorite because of the cool pattern that you can see on it. And that's something really fascinating. I mean, other than the fact that it's a meteorite and it comes from space, you can really recognize every different meteorite by the pattern. It's a bit like fingerprints. Each one has its own pattern, and yeah, it's pretty amazing, I think. What I really like about this one, usually the makers etch the meteorite a bit like Damascus. They put it in acid and etch it, and it has a very kind of raw feeling. It's a bit, I don't really like the feeling of etched meteorite, but what he did on this one is actually a heat treatment that reveals the pattern, but it's still very nice to touch. So and you have this beautiful color The same on both sides. I'm not quite sure the camera can catch it, but yeah, it goes from blue to yellow, and it's absolutely beautiful. It really adds to the modern look, I think. And yeah, look at this 3D effect, is completely amazing. He did all that only with files. So yeah, no CNC there, only files. You have a hand-rubbed finish on every facet of the knife, which I guess must have been an absolute pain to make, but he did it, and it looks beautiful. What I really like about this part is that when you look at the knife like that, it looks really thick with the 3D effect. But when you look at it like that, yeah, you can see it's very thin. It's amazing. He managed to get this this 3D effect that looks really deep with such a thin knife. The finishing, of course, is absolutely perfect. You can even hardly tell the gap between the spring and the scales or the frames. The whole knife is hand rubbed except for the top of the knife. Even the blade is hand rubbed. Very nicely done. And the top is mirror polished. You also have a Meteorite inlay for the lock. Yeah, of course, as you can see, it's a back lock. It has a very, very smooth action. Probably one of the smoothest action I've experienced with a back lock. It's really great. You can hardly feel the spring. Of course, the adjustments are spot on. Another great detail there is that you can see the ricasso follows the line of the handle. So yeah, really nice detail there. Again, something not easy to do, to make, sorry. And I believe he did that with files again. So yeah, really nice. Also, what I like about the inlay is that this is also Meteorite. So when you look at it like that, it's all heat treated. So the pattern is revealed except for that part that has a satin finish, and you can not see the pattern at all. You can see it there on top, but not there. That's really interesting, I think. Now, something really cool about this kind of what I call art knife, it's really a knife that is made as a way for the maker to express his art, his craftsmanship, his creativity. But the blade is very very traditional, I would say. You can absolutely use that knife in almost any situation. Of course, you're not going to cut trees with it again. It would be a shame. But you could. The blade is really sharp. It has a nice size. I think it's about 9 centimeters. And it's really thin, so it's a perfect pocket knife. So yeah, I really like this mix of art knife, but still usable and very practical. Just as you could wear a beautiful watch for some occasions, you could wear and use this knife. There's absolutely no problem. I forgot to mention, but the blade is RWF34, so again a very good steel if you want to use it. And the construction, it actually has hidden screws, so I'm not quite sure you'll be able to see them, but yeah. Of course the finishing inside is also perfect. So that's it. I'll keep this one short. Just wanted to share with you this beautiful knife. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like the video if you did. And as always guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.